time to arrive for Dahlia's room makeover, and I got this bobbin shelf from Asda, and it was £25. I'm gonna paint it. The bobbins are quite big. This is a picture of it. Looks good, doesn't it? I'm gonna paint it like the same blue as her room, and then I think it'll look cute. Hi you guys, I am looking a little bit more dressed up than I usually do. I'm going for dinner tonight at the Ivy. I've never been to the Ivy down here, which is exciting. I'm gonna wear this, I think. I do have a matching skirt to this top, but I thought the trousers were a bit more cash. I can't decide on a bag, but I've got my coat sorted, so priorities. I also managed to film my makeup routine while Dahlia was having her nap there, and I think it looks okay. And then I air wrapped my hair, but it doesn't look good. I feel like there's just, an air wrap for me can be quite hit and miss. Like this just doesn't, I mean it doesn't look terrible, it's just not really how I do my hair. My usual hairdresser is still back in Glasgow, obviously he's not moved down with me. That would be nice. Looks like I've got a moustache. So I said to him, is there anyone else? Because I, like, you can see with my hair, you can't really, I promise it does look bad, but like it's growing in here and like it's too noticeable that the blonde just starts here, so I just like want this bit sort of touched up. So he recommended a girl in Brighton that, he said go to this girl, and like, you know, going to someone else, I mean no one else has done my hair in about 7 years, so it is a bit scary, but he says she's good, so I think it'll be alright. A recommendation from your own hairdresser is kind of a good thing, I think. Thinking about getting like some little sort of wispy bangs or something, which I know like I'll regret, and I remember last time I had a fringe I was like never ever get a fringe again, and to be honest I don't actually know if I suit a fringe. I don't know, I fancy a change, but I look too mumsy. It's probably one of those things that looks good like two days out of the year. I am just living in chaos right now. Like I just can't really catch up on myself. I just want to show you my desktop. The cushions are like maximum squished for comfort. I tried this highlighter at the event last night, like a Pixie one, and they gave me one to take away, so I thought I would try it because I'm using a Merit one at the moment and it's like a little bit too white. I feel like I need something like a bit warmer. So it's this Pixie Underglow Super Glow in Natural Luster. It looks nice, and I liked it because I feel like I suit a more like goldy sort of champagne sort of colour highlighter. Look at that, that's really nice. I feel like I've done my brows a bit dark again. Oh, going on with my brows. Well, that looks nice. Well, that's a good highlight. I don't know if you can see that, but it's good. It's good. Okay, time to get ready. We are going at Sunday today. Ooh, my lip liner needs sharpened. Yeah, we're going for lunch today. This is the first time we've like done anything as a family in so long. I feel a bit off my game today. I don't really know why. I actually did have good sleep last night. I didn't actually know what to wear today and I couldn't be bothered thinking about it. And I'm actually wearing all black, which I never usually wear. Now, you'll know that I'm not like I don't usually wear a lot of black. Not for any reason. I like it on other people. I just don't usually love it on me. The main reason is that we have a big fat ginger cat and he just gets all his fur everywhere. So I'm like always feel like I need to lint roll. And I just feel like when I wear black, I think it's kind of boring. I like it on other people, but for me personally, I'm like, oh, that's a boring outfit. But I'm gonna maybe put something on to make it a bit more interesting. Even though Dahlia is like firmly in the toddler stage and, you know, a little bit feral, as she should be. She's actually not that feral. She's like quite a shy kid, and me and Jordan are shy as well. Like we're quite introverted. Like we're quite like just Jordan. Well, me especially. I have that kind of. I have the shyness that comes off as if you think that you're better. You know, the kind of like unapproachable shyness where it just looks like you don't like anyone, but you're actually just shy. Does anyone else feel like they have that? Like I feel like it makes me look like I think that I'm better than everyone else, but I'm just like, oh, I'm just shy. So Dallas is quite shy as well, but when we go out for like food, she's just always like is looking around. She's like quite well behaved because she's taking it all in. So it's actually, I'd say she's actually better out and about than she is at home. At home she's absolutely feral, like she is feral. So it's quite nice. I do actually really like going out for food with her. Changed my outfit and put on a little white jumper instead. the all black. It just wasn't me. Got my bag. Oh, this feels like so comfy but nice. And then just my little blue Suzanne bag for a little added something. And then I'm gonna wear my Uggs, and I've got my little cat eye glasses on. That looks fine, like not just comfy, low key. I saw someone call these Uggs like the Tasman ones. I saw someone call them hooves, and I cannot stop laughing because they are totally hooves. Like they are absolutely, they look like hooves. Good morning everyone, it's Monday. I'm just back from dropping Dals off at nursery and I'm feeling good. I'm actually a little bit tired today. I think it's because I sat down. I should have done that. So I've got lots on my list. I need to catch up with my agents, and I also need to do some Soleil stuff. I'm having a little bit of a like dilemma at the moment because we launched with 3 flavors. This is my cocktail brand. We launched with 3 flavors and I'm super proud of them. Like I love them. There's like a grapefruit vodka mix. It's like a sort of fizzy, we call it grapefruit crush, fizzy grapefruit, and it's so good. It's actually ended up being the favorite. Like everyone loves a grapefruit crush. So we've got grapefruit crush, and then we've got a passion fruit margarita, and for this one I kind of wanted to like recreate the salt, like a spicy salty rim. So it's got a tiny bit of chili in it and a little bit of salt. And then we've got a rhubarb and elderflower gin fizz, which was, this one I think is so good because it's like super fresh, like it's really nice and very fruity. When I started Soleil, I just didn't think there were any good cocktails available that like were pre-made, so I set about making my own. And the idea was that like whenever, for me, I'm someone that just loves having one drink. Like I probably make a moment out of having a drink, so I will come home like on a Saturday. I would always like clean the house and like do a big sort of hair wash and stuff, and then I would make myself a little gin and tonic or like a little cocktail. Or on a Friday night, Jordan and I always look forward to having a little drink in front of the TV on a Friday night. But I'm not like someone that like drinks to get drunk. I just like having a couple drinks, but I like them well made. But obviously if you, with that, you to make a cocktail you'll need like a bottle of spirit, a mixer, some simple syrup, another like liqueur or something. And you know, it racks up bottles and bottles of bottles to make one drink, and so it's kind of like the wastage. So I wanted to like get rid of that, so you could just have like a little tin of Soleil on a Friday night. And actually when I thought about the brand, I wanted it to be like really summery. So we were meant to launch last May. We had a horrible time with the labels. I worked with a designer, a friend of mine, and like she did great, but I just hadn't, like we just didn't know how hard it is to get the colors matched. So even now I'm not happy with the labels, and it's like one of those things I'm like, if I could have just got that right. Honestly, we went back and forth for months. We'd get one color right and the recipe off, and we just didn't know how. And like the printer company that we used were like super confusing as well, like quite old school. It was just one of those things. So I planned out our whole summer and obviously didn't end up launching to like near the end of summer. So I was like, oh, what now? And it was actually it was fine over Christmas because obviously it's party season. But now I'm like going into it, I'm like, right, now I can put all my ideas into practice. What happened when we launched, not long after we launched, some of the rhubarb cans hadn't been fizzed properly. Like they hadn't been carbonated properly. Some of them had, and it actually took us a little while to realize that not all of them had, because I think people were just drinking them and be like, it's fine without the fizz. It tastes like as it should, it's just not fizzy. They're not, some of them aren't fizzy. So it took us a little while. And someone messaged me on like a Friday night. I read it on a Saturday, read the email on a Saturday morning. I was up with Dad, it was like 5 AM, and I was like, what do you mean it's not fizzy? It was this whole thing. So I don't really know what to do now, because we basically did it because we want to do it small batch. So I don't know if this is really boring to everyone else, but yeah, so basically in short, we did it small batch. So we can't really make one drink without the others. So they kind of, the stock levels need to be kind of the same, which is good because most people like this flavors equally. So if we were gonna do rhubarb, it would be quite, basically for the rhubarb, because some of them have sold, there's a lesser amount. So we would need to, I'm going into this so much, like I'm really going into detail here. Basically we need to buy more ingredients to make it up to the minimum amount that we can. Anyway, so I'm not too sure. I need to speak to them and make a decision about it. I might ask them if we could do it like a limited batch of bottles instead for the rhubarb. I love that I did this. Like, I love having a project. I love having like a side hustle, side project, and it's been so fun. And I think having a brand altogether like makes me it just gives me a reason to like, not live, but just gives me something to get excited for. I love all the planning for it. But one thing I found is like, when things go wrong, you spend so much time behind the scenes trying to fix things and not doing all the fun stuff that you imagined. And I have limited time and I can't always commit loads of time. So it's just, yeah, it's just one of those things. But I am gonna do some photos, some stuff for the socials. I really wanna do like a giveaway on Soleil. And then also we're doing like the drinks for an exciting event coming up. And also a very fun send out with a brand that I love. So that's really exciting. Like, there is lots to be excited for, and I feel like we're going into cocktail season now. I really want to like be busy and be I want to be busy, like doing lots of work for it. So that's on my list of jobs to do today. You guys, if you're struggling with toddler brekkies, these mini pancakes from Aldi are amazing. I don't know why they won't focus. That's certainly downfall. They're so good for, you just microwave them. I put like 3 or 4 in the microwave for 30-45 seconds. But yogurt on the side, tiny bit of strawberry jam, then some strawberries. Should we eat all that? Should probably have more of these as well. This is the breakfast I have a few times a week. I made my almond and apple granola, and then I have some yogurt, some almond butter, and then I just steam a pear, like not a pear, sometimes a pear, usually an apple, like a green apple. Then added a wee bit of cinnamon to it and some flaked almonds. I have this like most times a week and it's so good. I got these little Hobbycraft MDF letters and I wanted to like paint them because, why did I say because? I wanted to paint them and have them like on display or hung up in Dal's room, and I got these like just acrylic paints and I mixed some colours. It was really hard to get the right colours. Anyway, I'm gonna do little designs on them. I'm in Dahlia's room. I'm doing some painting. I'm trying to just like get it done. How long have I been saying I'm gonna get Dahlia's room done? It's just takes ages with a baby. Everything takes ages. But I had a little handyman, Graham. He's been helping me out. So basically I just do anything I can, anything I can't do, or anything I just don't have the tools for, I get him to do. So this is the room. One of the biggest jobs was getting this fireplace all sorted. It had a little broken sort of like delf tiles before, and then this bit was actually boarded up. So inside I took down the board and I was like, what's in there, expecting nothing much, and it basically had the grate, but this was all covered in stuff. So I got Graham, my handyman, to just like get his tools and just like completely chip away at it, and then he sort of boxed away like the flue up here, and I painted it, and it's quite good. At first I painted it with like some white paint, and it just looked too white. So then I found this bathroom paint that I had, like, or towel paint, and it looks so good. I'm gonna have to block up this, otherwise it's gonna be filled with like Barbie heads and things in a year or so, but for now, it looks good. I'm really pleased. And I've got these little checkerboard towels that I got Graham to put down, and that's big progress. And the other thing I've started to do is paint all the woodwork. I went for this little Greene paint company paint in the shade James, which is quite cute because that's Dahlia's middle name. So I'm just going over all the woodwork at the moment. I'm doing all the skirting, and then we've taken down this picture rail up at the top. I'm gonna reuse it in the hallway, I think, because it actually came down really easily. As you can see, this room is not in a good way. I need to have a bit of a tidy. But what I've got is, firstly I've got these, this is like a bobbin picture rail. So I'm gonna put that along the top and paint it blue. And then I also have these smaller bobbin pieces, and I'm going to put them, so we've got this cabinet down here, and this is the cabinet front. I just started painting them and I realized I need to prime them. So I've got the little, it's gonna just sort of go, these are like the shaker doors. And I'm going to just put the bobbin down here, and that will look quite cute. And then I also have this little shelf over here. This is from Asda, it was £25, and I've just painted it the same. And then So over here it's going to be like the bobbin shelf, and then like I'm going to get a little peg hook for like her little clothes. And then I've got two little scallop, I got the IKEA picture rails, you know, the ones that I just got a scallop cut out for at the front. So I'm just gonna have 2 rows of bookshelves there that she can like reach herself. So that's kind of like a little feature wall. And then this is the wallpaper that I've got. Took me a while to pick this out, but I really, really love it. So I have like the blue, and then this, and then like pops of the red. I think it'll look really cute actually. I'll show you from over here. I've painted the door. This is my job today. Going over the woodwork with the second coat. It's actually come up so well. I absolutely love the colour. I think I'll wallpaper at the back of the shelves, and then we've got the cabinet fronts to go on here. I've literally poured out all this paint to go over all the woodwork. One more coat, and I realised I've got a coal right now, so that's good. Also, the other thing, just to fill you in on like the last little while, the other thing is this is quite random, right? Well, not really, but I just I feel like it's quite funny. I booked on to do a builder's course basically. I thought, I hate asking tradesmen for, I hate getting, I don't mind my little handyman Graham, he's great. But trying to find tradesmen all the time, especially for small jobs, I cannot stand it. And also I think like I can do most things, I just don't have the confidence, or I just need someone to show me how to do it like right, and then I can go do it myself and know that I'm gonna do it right. Like especially things like little tiling jobs, plastering, changing light fittings, things like that. I want to know how to do it myself. And growing up, my mum was always so handy. Like my mum taught herself how to plaster. She could just do everything, and she taught herself. So I'm like, that must be in my genetic makeup, surely. So I'm really excited about it. A little bit of book chat for you, because I've been reading recently. So I read this, Gender Theory by Madeline Doherty. This is actually my brother's girlfriend, and she wrote a book. She freaking wrote a book. How crazy. This kind of genre is my kind of book. Like a kind of coming of age story. I honestly could not put it down. I almost missed my stop on the train the other day. I read it all in one sitting. I absolutely loved it. To be honest, I loved it so much that it was quite like a tough act to follow. And that because I read Dolly Alderton's Good Material afterwards, and I just didn't really enjoy this. And I think it's because I was so hung up on Maddie's book. Like I haven't had that feeling in ages. I don't think it's just because she's my friend. I do think I genuinely was. It's a very me book. I found like the characters were really like rich and like relatable, but like in a very reassuring way. I think in the book as a whole was like very relatable, or like, I don't know, very self-assuring. And then when I read Good Material, I just didn't think it was very good. I didn't really care for Andy, the main character. And I mean, I don't think you're meant to love him, but I found it a bit boring for her. And now I'm reading Pearl by Shan Hughes. George actually bought me this for Christmas. I hadn't heard of it before. I thought I was gonna, I don't know, I'm only a little bit of the way into this one. I thought I was gonna be more upset because it's like the subject matter is kind of dark. It's about a girl who's about 8 and her mum disappears. I think her mum has mental health issues from what I can gather. And it's kind of like she's a bit of a, because she's 8, she's a bit of a unreliable narrator. So far so good. I'm only a wee bit of the way into that one. I also have Really Good Actually by Monica Heisey. Monica Heisey, I think that's how I say it. I've not read Really Good Actually, but everyone tells me it's really good. So I might read it next. Everyone said not to read it after Good Material because it's quite similar. And then I've got a Barbara Kingsolver book called Unsheltered. I found it on my bookshelves, and everyone had said to read Demon Copperhead, which is on my list, but I was like, oh, I didn't even know I've got this. I don't know where it came from. I kind of remember buying it, but so I might read that at some point. So that's my little book chat. But if you've read any of those, please feel free to weigh in with your thoughts. Do you know how I know I'm a DIY girly now? Apart from the view behind me. To get my Mum brain. What was I saying? To get my camera on this tripod, I had to take it off my laser level. Look, that's my laser level. Tells me when things are level. Look behind me. I've been wallpapering. I'm just quite impressed with myself. Wallpapering has kind of nearly defeated me, but it's not like when I was looking on TikTok and like looking up tutorials on how to wallpaper. I've never done it before, but I wanted to do it in here. I just wanted to learn, and everyone was doing a feature wall, or you know, like just a row of wallpaper, and that is the easy part. I've got to do these shelves. Oh my god, you guys, it's so hard, because see these little shelf bits like going around here. There's no, and I don't have like a method. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't find a single video where someone was like, oh, here's how to cut round shelf bits. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm winging it. But never mind, I've done kind of this much so far. I started last night, and to be honest, it wasn't my best idea, because the thing is, with wallpaper, I found, you know that it's not perfect, but when you look at the bit, it honestly, it's kind of a metaphor for life. If you hone in, yeah, there is some obvious seams and some questionable cutting work, but when you look at the bigger picture, it's not too bad. So I'm just kind of going with it. The wallpaper is gorgeous, isn't it? Like, it is. It's gonna be incredible. It's Friday. I was shooting all day with my friend Lottie. Is she my friend? She takes my photos. She's my friend now. I have bobbined these cabinet fronts. There's a lot of bobbining in this room. Can you see that? So I put this little trim round, and to do that, I bought these little bobbin trims from a place called Deckwood. And then I used something called miter shears, so you can kind of angle it. To be honest, they're not super hard to cut. It's just for the angle, and you only need 90 degree angle. I honestly think you could use a knife. This is the messy corner, so I've got my little scallop shelves over here. I just made these. These are the IKEA ledges, and I bought these little scallop pieces to go on the front, then clamped, just wood glued them, clamped, primed and painted them. And then these are, these are the little handles for the front of my cabinets. These are from Dunelm, and I just primed and painted them. I haven't painted them very well, I need a second coat. Yeah, just primed and painted them to go on the front of the cabinets. And the front goes down here. And this is my bobbin rail. So it's gonna go, once it's painted, it's gonna go along here. There's just gonna be a little bobbin trim along there. And yeah, we're getting there. Doors painted. I realized I'm gonna get a ceiling rose for up here, and then get cornicing coving along here, because it looks a bit bare without it. So that's a job for another day. When I tell you I've been working on this room for weeks, like it's honestly maybe a month. No, has it been? I mean, it feels like it. I'm just gonna throw on a little outfit because I'm gonna go meet Jordy, and then we're gonna go get dolls for nursery. I actually really miss her today, so that's me. A little domino jumper. And gonna go meet Jord and then pick up our girly. You guys, I was laughing earlier because Lottie and I were shooting in my bathroom, and our bathroom is kind of weird looking. Well, I mean, it's fine. The old owners like went for some quite quirky tiles, so I painted them. It's a lot better. They were like this before, and I painted them white, or like a cream color. It's nice. But then, so the bath is like quite vintage. It's like an old clawfoot one, but it's quite yellow. So I painted the bottom of it, but I couldn't really decide on a color. And I feel like all the other colors had been taken by other rooms in the house, apart from purple. And in my mind, I was like, oh, purple will work, like purple shampoo, and like cancel out the brassiness, cancel out the yellow, like neutralize it so it won't look so yellow. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, it's horrendous. Let me show you. This is only a temporary thing, and we will get like this redone at some point, but I mean, how bizarre. A purple bathtub. So strange. I don't know what I was thinking. And I was saying to Lottie, I was like, I wish I had like a life coach so I could like hash out some ideas, or at least, you know, say to someone, I'm gonna paint my bath purple. And then this person could be like, really, Kate? That's kind of obscure. You know, you don't really like, I've never seen you wear or enjoy purple. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right there. You're right, I don't like purple. But instead, I just gotta sit with him and gotta sit with these obscure ideas. And Lottie was like, I don't think that warrants a life coach. So, I don't know. I'm in two minds. I feel like a life coach could be good for me. I think because I don't really have parents to like go to for advice, I just do things myself. Anyway, that's the latest.